Good afternoon, Jerry, and thanks very much for joining me today to give us a little bit of an insight into your sort out. So perhaps if you'd like to take us back to why you first got in touch.
Yeah, thank you, Angus. Thanks for reaching out again. It's been nearly a year now since we touched base, and all good things take time to get settled in. And the reason I would have got in touch with you back late last year was really I was making some life decisions and plans for myself and the business. The business was going quite well, which is a good thing to then look for that real specialised knowledge in a particular field, but also take your personal circumstances into consideration as well, in line with being a business owner in a business that is going quite well. So I would have sought your expertise based on good recommendations from connections, which I guess in business, referrals, trusting people to give you good recommendations is as good as any marketing out there. So I would have been concerned, at age over in my 40s now, total and permanent disability would be something that I was looking to work with, and including my superannuation. The super that I had at the time, just their insurance wasn't something that I was seeking. So I wanted to include and add and detract anything within that policy to suit me personally. So that was something that we worked on. And even now we were speaking today about another super that I'm in that really helps. And with the online capability you have, it's such a quick process and it's very transparent.
Thank you. I guess, having migrated from Ireland, you probably are quite focused on the need to look after yourself, because you may not have the family safety net that perhaps I have, having grown up here. So that is a key motivator to be able to take care of yourself in the event of an unexpected health event. Looking forward into the future, sort of what are your plans? What do you hope to grow the business? Are you looking to expand?
Yeah, of course. Every business looks to expand, do it sustainably, do it profitably, but also be protected. A lot of businesses go gung-ho or go exponential growth and forget a few stages in the process to really protect themselves from any type of, possibility of the economic, I guess, is one. You need to be always insured for a time where things change considerably. And we can see now with the different things that are happening in Europe and the elections in the US, you just got to be prepared and have that peace of mind. So really, it's peace of mind, but it's also not just hoping everything will be fine. It's really just putting things in place that would guarantee that you're covered, like the trauma, for example. That's got to do with health. You've got your income protection policy, which if, please God, nothing happens to myself, but, we drive every day. We're in situations where it can be dangerous, or you're traveling. I do a lot of international travel and interstate, and you just never know. So that's the income protection. And obviously business expenses, if I was to be ill or something happened to me physically, then the business is protected as well. So that's why I sought your expertise in that. And the thing about working with you, Angus, I was giving you ideas, or we were brainstorming what I did need, whereas there were certain things that I didn't need. So that was really helpful to really isolate where my concerns were that aligned with my life and the business. So that's the value I got from it. You kind of picked a tailor policy approach for myself, not just all the bells and whistles. It was really what I really needed and what would make the biggest impact if anything untoward did happen.
And is there, having that safety net in place, how has that made you feel?
Well, with the insurance policies we've picked and the insurer we've picked, the online is a very important thing for me to be able to view, or when we do sit down and talk, we can actually look at the dashboard and see where we are, what's the cost, what's the monthly cost to me and the business. And with Xero and your accountancy, it's all very transparent and you know what value you're getting, you know what the costs are. But going back to your question, that's financially, but peace of mind, but legally being protected is hugely important as well. As a business, we want to be, our clients expect us to have all the policies in place for our workers as well. But also as a director, a sole director, I'm protected. Then the business is protected with our obviously business expense policy, our income protection and life and TPD. And that ticked all my boxes. When we grow bigger, when the company gets bigger, we have more employees and possibly family members in the business, then again, we'll come back and get that tailored kind of specialised knowledge on different policies from yourself, Angus.
Sounds good. And if anyone that you were speaking to was perhaps sort of sitting on the fence and thinking about getting advice, have you got any sort of words of advice for them?
I guess, like with my business, it's all about likability and trust and, getting references from people. It's like buying a car, Angus. There's thousands of models, but if you hear that Toyota, for example, doesn't break down as often and has a good resale value, then you may be looking towards that type of referral or advice or a safe decision. Whereas, we got on very well. You were referred from a trusted friend of mine. And when we met, I got that sense of trust and you knew your products very, very well. You work with reputable insurance companies that I like personally as a brand. So it's important that you were working with companies that aligned with my beliefs and values and ethos as well.
Very good. Well, thanks, Jerry. It's been a delight catching up with you again. And we thank you very much for taking the time to catch up with us today.
Thank you, Angus. And thanks for protecting my life and the business as well.
My absolute pleasure.